Oh, so how do you and what will be accepted all around the world so that is what the question is going to be, I think.
Last quarter, we raised more money than Senator Warren. Momentum is building, and we need to keep it building so we can defeat her in November.
But they could delegate the clearing of these payments to some third party, some sort of Ripple-like protocol or possibly...
And they do not identify a single, quote-unquote, victim institution that lost money in their deal because they bought all of this XRP at some significant discounts. It would be weird for an $850 million penalty in a situation where there's no disgorgement, no victims, no restitution fund, no nothing.
Okay, we're not gonna have a system where you can go out and raise hundreds of millions of dollars for a project.
Enjoy the ride, pal.
It's the XRP Army.
If you got some baggies, welcome to the party. Welcome back to some more. Moon o'clock news, no breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra. Extra. Bullishness, shout out to the latest. We got Robert in the building. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in, smashing them likies, stuffing some baggies. Go ahead. Throw on those moon suits. Throw on those pilot shades. Buckle up, because the future's extra, extra. Bullish. Let's go full speed, full throttle into the cryptoverse. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today at 2.58 trillion, up about 1.1% in the past 24. We got XRP in that number 7 spot, right around 55 cents. Stellar XLM right around 11-12 cents. We got BTC right around 66,684. ETH right around 32 hundo. We got Flare Networks right around 3 cents. Axelar $1.27. XDC right around 0.038. Songbird right around 0.01. Stronghold 006. We got Sahau right around 13 cents. Evernode 29 cents. We got one from Ripple to pop things off. The global financial system is experiencing a unanimous increase in demand for stablecoins centered around utility, liquidity, trust, the benefits of Ripple's stablecoin, enterprise grade, compliance first, transparency, liquidity on the DEX. We got Stu Alderati. Our opposition to the SEC's request for $2 billion in penalties for legacy institutional sales is now public. In the case that had no allegations or findings or reckless or fraud, and in which Ripple won a significant issue, the SEC's ask is just more evidence of its ongoing intimidation against all of crypto. In the U.S., we remain confident that the judge will approach his final remedies phase fairly. James K. Filon, Ripple has filed the opposition to the SEC Gov's motion for remedies and entry of final judgment. Another one from Stu and Gensler's first 3 years as SEC chair of the agency has been sued for abusing its rulemaking powers more times than the SEC was sued in the prior 10 years, spanning the tenure of 3 long-serving chairs combined. Today, BA CFAT filed a lawsuit against the SEC asking the court to strike down their arbitrary applied and unclear dealer rule expansion. This rule stifles innovation, harms the burgeoning digital asset industry, and emboldens the SEC to lead by unwritten rules and guidance. Drain the swamp, free the standard. We got Steven Neroff, a black swan lurking in the crypto market shadows. This case isn't just about crypto, it's a web of government agencies, financial institutions, and foreign governments all colluding to monopolize and control the most disruptive industry, decentralized power. Blockchain holds the keys to our freedom, and ETHgate reveals the truth behind Ethereum and the crypto landscape. Our next step, holding those behind this accountable to the fullest extent. Dive deep into the case with this comprehensive article, ETHgate. Get those jumpsuits. Get those gel cells ready. We got one from Nerdy X. Pay attention.
Hi, thank you for your time. My question is, do you believe there's an actual currency currently challenging the US dollar as the global currency? And if yes, which one would that be? Is there any realistic heir to the throne?
No. I think we are entering an era where all currencies are going to be bad, and it's an ugly contest. In other words, is it the euro? Is it the yen? Is it the renminbi? Okay. Is it gold? Gold is a currency. Is it Bitcoin? Okay. There's going to be a void, in my opinion, because of this nature of this debt. Debt is currency. If you're holding a currency, you're holding a debt instrument. And so, given the dynamic that we talked about, we have a debt problem, I believe, here. And so the question is, what is an alternative? A currency is a medium of exchange or a storehold of wealth. I think the dollar will remain a medium of exchange, but it won't be effective as a storehold of wealth. And so that's where we think, okay, what are the elements of a storehold of wealth? Well, one of the elements of a storehold of wealth is that you have to be able to transfer it to somebody in another country who will accept it. So it's got to move around, okay? So it's not a storehold, a currency is not real estate. Oh, so how do you and what will be accepted all around the world is, so that is what the question is going to be, I think. I think gold will stand as the best of that, but Bitcoin and others are going to, what are their issues? And we will be in a void as to what that is, because the basic problem is that you can't trust central bankers. I mean, they're all in a bind. They all have too much debt. They all have that bind. So who's going to withstand it? They compete with each other. When one devalues, if the dollar devalues, the others are going to want to devalue because they're going to be uncompetitive. So I think that's the nature of our circumstances.
We got John Deaton for Senate. Voters around Massachusetts are constantly telling me that they're ready for a change and are tired of the party extremists. We raised more money than Senator Warren in the last quarter. Momentum is building.
Everybody, it's John Deaton. Last quarter, we raised more money than Senator Warren. Momentum is building, and we need to keep it building so we can defeat her in November. Listen, she's got $4 million in the bank, so I need to catch up. Please go to johndeatonforsenate.com and donate today. God bless you.
High vibe assets. David, from the U.S. Federal Reserve, the Fed could delegate settlement to a third party like Ripple, XRP.
People say, how can you trust, the Fed to do the bookkeeping? I mean, like I said, my response, you don't expect the Fed to kind of steal your money. I mean, if the Fed can print all the money at once, it's not going to mess around with your bookkeeping. So, we have this big spreadsheet, the blockchain if you want, but it's just managed by the Fed, and it's very cheap, much cheaper than Bitcoin. If you're willing to delegate the responsibility to a third party, but then the downsides to all of that, of course, is you'd actually suppose you didn't want the Fed to be responsible for processing the payments. I mean, suppose the Fed will likely impose some KYC restrictions on some purchases. They might not process some purchases that you might want to undertake. And so it was at that point that I said, well, we could, if we wanted to, extend the concept one step further. I'm not saying that this is ever going to happen, but just conceptually, you could imagine not FedWire for all, but kind of like a Fed coin, where what the Fed would do is actually just issue these, Bitcoin-like objects, but and they would enforce a par exchange rate with the U.S. dollar. That would eliminate the exchange rate volatility. But they could delegate the clearing of these payments to some third party, some sort of Ripple-like protocol, or possibly even Bitcoin. I mean, we could delegate the responsibility of processing these electronic, Fedcoin payments to the miners. And the idea there would be,
Looks like you're going to need some more of those XRP bags, XRPs, clearly. Shaking the system. We got Bank XRP. Ripple argues no victims, no disgorgement, relying on the recent Second Circuit case. After years of investigation and more years of discovery, the SEC does not and cannot point to any institutional buyer that lost money as a result of purchasing XRP from Ripple.
The Second Circuit Court of Appeals ruled at the end of last year that in order for there to be disgorgement, there have to be victims of the fraud, victims of the securities law violation. There has to be something called pecuniary harm, and that means losses, actual losses. So when you read the SEC's filing on their damages theory, they have a heading saying, hey, no problem, there's pecuniary harm here, but they don't actually identify a single purchaser of XRP who lost money. What they say is some purchasers, and remember, we're talking about sophisticated institutional buyers, hedge funds, VCs, whales buying XRP, and they bought at discounts and then presumably sold, not the next day, but periodically. And so the SEC says some of the buyers got a lower discount than others, and therefore they were pecuniarily harmed, which does violence to that term. There have to be actual losses, and they do not identify a single quote unquote victim institution that lost money in their deal because they bought all of this XRP at some significant discounts. Yeah, and just to tie a bow on it, this concept of disgorgement, while it is a party who's done something wrong, issued an unregistered security, is supposed to give back their net profit from doing that, that money is supposed to go to victims, not to the Treasury. And so if there are no victims, the entire rationale for the disgorgement goes away. And so if there's no disgorgement, by the way, Scott, then there's no 200 million in interest.
Right.
Interest triggers off of disgorgement. And so that would go away. Now, caveat is you can still have a penalty in the absence of victims and a disgorgement judgment, but it would be weird for an $850 million penalty in a situation where there's no disgorgement, no victims, no restitution fund, no nothing. That would be pretty odd. And so the court then would have a lot of discretion in establishing what the penalty might be. And I think it'd be substantially lower than that 850.
SEC has nothing. It's all a show, a clown show. Best is still yet to come. We got all the evidence on our side. We got them on that blockchain trail. Crawl, walk. Then we rock it during the swamp. Free the standard. We got digital asset investor. We're not going to have a system where you can go out and raise hundreds of millions of dollars for a project from anonymous people who trade amongst themselves without having that level of information playing field. Jay Clayton gave ETH the free pass and sued Ripple on his last day. Game's all rigged.
What we decided, and it has served us incredibly well, is that if you're going to go broadly out to the public, you have to put the broad public, both in the initial distribution and in trading, on a level playing field with the company insiders. And we're not going to get rid of that. Okay, we're not gonna have a system where you can go out and raise hundreds of millions of dollars for a project from anonymous people who trade amongst themselves and buy with the expectation of liquidity without having that level information playing field. That's not going to change.
Yeah, Mike's asking if
Exactly what ETH did, one of the biggest ICOs of them all. But we got them on that blockchain trail. Know what you hold, know what's coming, and know why. They want you out of XRP. Shout out to New Time Vintage who sent me this. We got Zebek Network is bringing a streaming finance technology to real-world payroll, financial transaction, investments, and more. Founded in 2021, Zebek Network has attracted $35 million in investments by Circle, Coinbase, Solana Ventures, Buyer Capital, Republic, and Lightspeed Venture Partners, among others. We got WageLink will enable employees to receive a portion of their salary in a digital currency, USDC, and send to families broadly, swiftly, and cost-effectively in USDC or XLM. Zebek Network current lineup of fintech products includes real-time payroll, traditional payroll app with built-in Web3 features, payment cards, and treasury management for Web3 companies, all designed to bridge the gap between crypto and fiat payments and offer employees flexibility in how they receive their salaries. We got Zebek Network. At Zebek, we're thrilled to be part of the Circle ecosystem using USDC to power seamless real-world payments and payroll. Zebek Network currently right around 002. Zebek Network, the centralized infrastructure for real seamless flows of real world value, changing the way money moves. We got some of the partners here: Visa, MasterCard, Kodo Pay, Assure, Aspire. We got WageLink, Solana, Circle, Stellar, Near, Celestia, Binance, Base, Ethereum, JP Morgan, Bank of America. We got Danielle Dixon, always ready to talk stablecoin innovation. Join me in a great lineup while we get into the practical use cases and future operating models of stablecoins. Thursday, 425, Digital Pound Foundation, Navigating the Future Stablecoin Market, April 25th. We got Sentiment Feed. The price of XRP has jumped ahead of the altcoin pack, jumping 6% and as high as 56.87 today. The amount of wallets, 2013, holding at least 1 million XRP, has been surging over the past 6 weeks, rising 3.1% and is within one wallet of the all-time high. Another one from Sentiment Feed. Here are the crypto top coins by development frequency. The team at Optimism has been the most active over the time frame. The below list is sorted by counting any non-redundant GitHub activity from a project and averaging this daily activity over the past 30 days. Got Optimism, ADA, HBAR, DOT, KSM, Link. XRP Crypto XLM 3 macros target $18 to $10. XLM moves in tandem with his big brother XRP, making it a compelling asset for trading. While I'm deeply convicted in holding on to XRP for its potential to reach double digits, I see XLM as a great hedge for alternative profits, macro bottom, macro resistance, macro range. Ready or not, XLM will make the haters squeak. We got crypto's TA total market cap still under the heavy weekly resistance. We cannot close above that level. We can see the final leg down to retest the 21 MA. Make sure to turn on post notifications for more updates. We got L Crypto altcoins had already shown on a few months ago. 2 to 3 months of more or less sideways movement will soon be over. Then round 2 will start. We're facing the biggest all season since 2017, where XRP took home the best performing asset, 76,000% gains. Know what you hold and know what's coming. We got one from Dark Defender here. Prepare your coffee so not to get distracted. XRP is on the verge of a significant pattern in a moment that could shape its future. Remember, XRP is not a security. Focus on the last candle, April, May, June, 3 monthly, which has no room anymore. Perseverance, know what you hold. The longer they take, the higher we climb. On that XRP rich list, Bagman Bag Ladies Rich Duck Club. Soft staking is now back up and running. All you got to do is log into your profiles, then head over to NFT staking. Once you get here, select the collection that you want to soft stake. We now have Ghost Fam NFTs available. Select the collection you want to soft stake and then simply hit the soft stake button here at the bottom. And then you're good to go. Your NFT has been successfully registered. You can double check. Just go ahead and refresh. You can now see that your Ghost Fam NFT is now soft stake. Payouts happen on a daily basis. Rich Ducks get 10 per day. Lady Ducks get 15 per day. Ledger City Ducks 20 per day. Ghost Fam NFTs 15 per day. Soft staking. Rich Ducks. Club. We also got the Moon Party less than a week away next Friday, May 3rd, 2024. Join us down in Las Vegas for the 3rd edition Moon Party. We also got the Cinco de Mayo Pool Party May 5th. General admission for the Moon Party is $60. Pool Party $40. Links down below. moonparty.2ticks.com. With that being said, Batman and Bag Ladies, the longer they take, the higher we climb. Let our friend know that the greatest opportunity of multiple lifetimes is still at hand, but the trains left the station. Tick tock, where those bags be? When that regulation jar of molasses finally breaks open, an XRP's true price is finally revealed. Later glitches.
In the heartbeat of Las Vegas, where the neon lights meet the starry skies, a new rhythm is pulsing. On the 3rd of May, 2024, the city that never sleeps becomes the epicenter of a revolution. The 3rd edition of a hip-hop concert like none other, Moon Party 2024, is preparing to ascend the stage during the same week as the largest XRP conference in the world, XRP Las Vegas, with electrifying performances by XRP Bags.
We are not done, just having some fun. Just getting started, the flip of the switch, and you thought you could short it. Burning the escrow, now there's been a shortage. So many digits, now you can't afford it.